Morning, guys. Let's fucking go. I'm back energetically. Sounds weird, but I'm back like in an energetic standpoint. I was a bit off these days. You probably noticed. Like I didn't have the same energy. It's because I was a bit focused on data and I was a bit focused on results actually. So let's just go over our analysis. We're gonna make our analysis. We're gonna chill a bit. We're gonna see if we have any opportunities today. I don't want to force anything because wait, we gotta go to our week here. Wednesday. Today we have a lot of news. We have pretty decent London actually. I do like this London, but we also we have FOMC and ADP and FP today, so we just gotta be careful. That's pretty much it. In these days, sometimes it's fine to trade London. It's just that I don't really want to force an opportunity, right? So let's see what do we have here, bro. I love fucking trading. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I love trading, man. I really love trading. That's all I wanted to say. I really love doing this, and I will never lose my love for this shit, bro. Like I just love trading in as a whole. So let's see what DXY is doing actually. So we're kind of in this range high state. Now the question is, do we reach for this or do we stop here and reverse? That's kind of the question. I do want to remove some of these drawings here because we don't need them. So this is kind of the state we're in. Let's start. So 4 hour, we reached range high. So here it's a question whether we start retracing or we continue towards next lick. That's kind of the question. So let's see 1 hour. If 1 hour follows up with some intent, I would say easily we should be drawn towards this at least. So but this is a relative strong low here. I would still say we should be drawn lower. We do have this inverse, but it doesn't look as strong. We do have lower time frame getting rated here, and we do have this bearish gap. And overall, I think what we're gonna do for London here is retrace. Technically, this idea is valid. Here. We have a trigger of higher time frame lick and POI. Overall, considering reaching a bit lower into yesterday's Asian lows, pretty much short idea, but can be good. And usually in days like this, usually London retraces. Just that Asia looks a bit weird. PA not looking like really strong gaps. That's all I wanted to put out there. Let's see, 50-minute, yeah, it just looks a bit weird. I would actually say we'd be drawn towards this, but we already rated Asian high, so nothing like much to be saying about 15-minute here. So it's the same idea. I would say DXY as well, we should be drawn towards this, considering this is pretty good. We're getting pretty strong signals that we're gonna start retracing. Remember, one thing that ICT said is we either go for liquidity or inefficiency. We reach liquidity, which usually means we're going to retrace towards inefficiency and then start dwelling towards liquidity again. But considering that the 4 hour here start clearly slowing down, I would say very, very likely we start reaching back into this 4 hour right here. So that's kind of my bias. Here is looking pretty good. We have heavy probabilities that we are gonna reach higher into that 4 hour because we swept sell side and tapped a high resistance zone. So that's, I definitely think we're gonna be drawn towards that though. 1 hour is looking pretty bearish here. So yeah, it's looking pretty bearish because we came lower and we inversed. which is not great, a great sign. So here's just a bit of a weird price action. It's kind of where sellers are starting to slow down and their POIs are not that great. I would still think again we be reaching higher towards filling this void. This is my drawn liquidity, but it's just not as great in terms of price action. In terms of price action, we still have bearish VGs, but they just look weak. I feel like it's a point where sellers start to slow down pretty much. Oh, I forgot to send my thumbnail, bro. I forgot about this. I actually made my thumbnail for my streams yesterday, and I do wanna add it to the stream. So 1 second. I think details here. Okay, here in where is it? The Premiere lock-in thumbnails day 7. Oh yeah, bro, I like this thumbnail. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like the first time in my life my thumbnails are improving. But yeah, it's just looking weird here. Again, I would still say we're gonna print higher. I'm pretty confident in us printing higher. It's just that this POI is a bit weird. So for us to be trading higher, I might use some sort of 50-minute AVG, right? But we're gonna pay attention. I think G is a bit better to be buying. I might be wrong though. Not really. We do have way high resistance, but we already reached this 4 hours, so we're gonna see. Overall, I'm still expecting us to be drawn a bit higher, but yeah, we have a lot more resistance on GU compared to Euro. But yeah, let's do it. GU, same idea, is stronger overall, and we do have high resistance. It's just that we already reached a 4-hour FG, so it becomes slightly risky, I would say. Boom, let's go on the hourly. Let's see what hourly is really telling us here. See, this is not really telling us. It's still a very high chance we print bearish, so we need to see some sort of inversion. Overall, this is conditions I really like trading in. When we're really voided like this, low resistance, we should easily be printed higher, but we just don't have. We do have this inversion here, which is technically our trigger, but price action is not really that clean as I would like it to be here. Real nice void, low resistance delivery, but the trigger is really choppy here, really unclear. We do have an inverse. I would wait for a hourly gap higher to follow trend. That's pretty much it. Yeah, pretty much it. It just looks a bit weird, and now we do even have the sell side here, which is not the greatest sign, I would say. Euro, AU, we played that idea perfectly from yesterday. We just retested here, so AU would be one of the pairs I'm actually still down to be shorting, because we just had a very shallow rate of liquidity. Boom, boom, let's start. 54. The pair I would be down to keep shorting. The pair I would be down to keep shorting. Let me drink some water. Because first of all, we're not at high resistance. First of all, resistance is clear, and second of all, still the weakest pair. We just retested that 4-hour. Now all I want to see is the bearish gap from here, which we're not really printing. At least for now, it's just really choppy market structure. I would say we sweep both of these Asian lows. So considering we failed to print a 1-hour gap lower, which was my trigger, we very likely gonna come to sweep both of these Asian highs. That's pretty much it. That's what I think is gonna happen. We're gonna come back to sweep that, but it does depend. Let's see DAX. DAX still in a weird fucking spot, bruh. Weird fucking spot. We don't want to be trading this. Is like 50-50. It's on big range, and first of all, considering it's a big range, we're just trading into equilibrium, and we don't know what bias is. We have gaps printed on both sides. Really limbo state. Middle of the range. Bias very unclear. We're printing POIs both sides. That's pretty much it. We don't want to be doing much. I do like this gap here. I do like this gap. I ain't gonna lie, I do like this gap, but we don't really be having bias properly. I do like this gap here. That's all I'm gonna write. Boom. I see UK. UK is a bit more bearish. I would say we're forming that fractal high, which I kind of was able to identify from yesterday. We have like a fractal high formation of this 4 hour here, and we're looking most likely to deliver lower. Boom, boom, boom. Well, we are forming that fractal high. Better to be selling here. We have area, we don't have a sweep, but we don't need a sweep. I would like to see these swept, but we don't need a sweep because we are in an FVG and we're forming that fractal high. Overall, this is very easily going to be printed through. So I would slightly be down, but here the fact that we didn't really take buy sell liquidity kind of fucks the idea, if that makes sense. I will be down for lower prices, but it's just weird. We don't really want to be traded here. I would have definitely liked to see that high getting rated here. It would have been perfect trigger into 4 hour FVG, but the fact that we didn't take that, it really kind of invalidates the trade. So probably not going to be trading in. Gold is still very retractive. I would say we're probably going to print lower, even though this is draw, because of resistance. Resistance always blocks price drawing towards liquidity, so this is very retractive price action. I would actually say we're probably going to print lower soon. PA looks hella retractive. Looks like we are gonna print lower soon, followed up by a hourly gap. Oh, we're already on the hourly. My bad. We have 4 hour FVG, and all we gotta kind of wait is this gold is very retractive, so we don't really want to be trading gold. But I do like UJ. Oh shit, I do like UJ here. I do like UJ. We do have resistance though, which technically slightly invalidates the trade, but I do really fucking like this gap here. Really good gap. So we had resistance, we had some type of buy sell liquidity getting swept. Now we have the trigger lower, and let's see the 4 hour. We have this market structure shift, which is pretty valid here. Pretty valid, but we do have a bit of resistance, but I don't think it really matters. I do like UJ here. This should have been UJ, not GJ. I don't know why it's GJ, but I do really like seeing lower prices here. We started switching bearish after high resistance got tapped. Hi bro, good morning bro, good morning. How are you today, bro? How are you in this beautiful day? This overall being sell side, but we do have resistance. So here, even though we have resistance, me thinking the trade is really good, I don't want to see that reaction higher into that and then look to target the sell side and this void here. This is a really good idea. I do really like this pair. Very rare that, but I do really like how it's looking towards the sell side. I do really like the idea here. Really like the cap we formed, but I wanna see that small consolidation get it cleared, meaning we retraced. Good bro, good. I finally kind of came back from a space of love. Like previously, like in this period, I would just be really focused on backtesting, and yeah, my focus kind of switched from me enjoying the journey to me backtesting to get results, basically to get data. But it's fine because now I'm back. So we see that we're consolidating. Usually this is what happens when we're in previous area of consolidation. We mirror by consolidating, but I still like this formation here, and I do really like this gap. So this is going to be one of the pairs that I'm going to be looking to trade today. For me, UJ definitely is the highest quality. Euro and the rest are just kind of dog shit. I'm not going to lie. Okay, we already printed on UK here. We're probably gonna sweep here, so these are not really setups that you plan on trading today, bro. I'm gonna watch DAX, bro. I need to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry, but I need to go. I'm gonna be back in like 5 minutes. It's not gonna take long, but I need, like, the bathroom is calling. Do you look to trade today, bro? And if yes, what pairs are you looking at today? I'm gonna come back in 5 minutes because I can't stay anymore. But yeah, please answer because I'm really curious what you're looking at today if you're looking to trade. It's my phone. What do you say? Um, no man, I blew my account. Oh, bro, I'm sorry to hear that. How did it happen? How did it happen? And what did you learn from this account? I hope you learned something and maybe share it with me if you can. Okay, I'm back. My setup wasn't planned. I entered the market based on trust and belief. I mean, you basically kind of entered on intuition, I would say. But yeah, it depends. So, did you kind of like reflect and analyze if that was a feeling or that was kind of your intuition behind the trade, right? Because sometimes there can be feelings that push us into trades like this that we think are good even if they break our rules, and that's just kind of, yeah, so kind of identify a if it was a psychological issue or if it was a just you trusting your intuition. And it also kind of depends at which state you are in your journey, right? At which kind of, yeah, which state you are in your journey. Bro, but this thumbnail is so sick. I don't really like how I made this thumbnail. Finally looks like finally looks good. Finally looks like, I don't know, proper channel. I'm not gonna lie. It was my intuitions. I just felt it was a good move. Yeah. One problem was with intuition that I encountered or I battle with is that there are a lot of setups that intuition validates and they end up being wrong. But the reason behind that is because intuition has to have some rules to work within, right? So even me, if I see a setup that I'm highly convicted in, if it's not validated by my higher time frame rules, I'm not taking it. Because I realized that intuition alone, taking setups of intuition alone is really inconsistent. That's what I realized. It's really inconsistent to be trading like long term. Intuition needs some rules to be working within. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what I realized. And what do you think, like, for the account was your main problem? Because this was the last trade, but what do you think it was your main problem with this account? We might be leaving without sweeping this, but we're gonna see. I still like this. Do we want to be trading UK? Hell nah. We have sell side sweep, yes. We do have 4 hour, which is kind of a trigger. We do have relatively voided price action. I think we're gonna be drawing towards this, but first of all, we have this hourly gap here, and yeah, we cannot really be trading this. Okay, Euro's breaking bullish, which is nice. I did say this is kind of what I want to see on Euro, and I said that I'm maybe gonna use a 50-minute inverse or a 50-minute, some sort of 50-minute confluence. Yeah, bro. That's the thing, like, that's what I experience a lot of times, and that's what why I actually was break even. And now, if now I would say I'm even unprofitable, but at least my execution kind of reflected that, because you need to get yeah, bro, I will soon, bro. I will soon. Working on, yeah, I'm working on that. The thing is, why even my execution here ended up being so like down trading, so unprofitable, it was because my execution was not consistent enough. It was too reliable on intuition, and that's why what I always say, that an edge or achieving the most amount of profitability or achieving profitability in general, let me see if I can find that shit real quick. Where is it? Okay, this is how, in my eyes, right, intuition and rules should be working on. So the state we were both in was this, right? We had too much intuition and too little rules, and this makes it very hard to apply consistently, which got reflected here. It was hard for me to apply my edge consistently because I had too little rules. Too many rules do limit your intuition and do not like limit your potential, but it's kind of this sweet spot that I also found, right? Intuition necessarily has to have rules to be working. Yeah, that's kind of what I realized with time. And maybe it will help you. So I really suggest you reflect on this period. Don't be mad at yourself. Please don't be mad at yourself that you lost the account. I will give it to you, bro. If you message me on Discord, I can give you, because this is mostly what I learned in the break-even phase. There were some things I didn't really note down, but it's mostly what I learned in the break-even phase, so I can send it to you if you want. But yeah, this is kind of how it should work, right? How it is able to balance intuition. But yeah, don't be mad at yourself, please. Losing accounts is part of the process. I know you can do it. I know you can. It's just a matter of time, bro. Don't. It's okay. I lost a lot of accounts as well, and even now I'm on the brink of losing the account because I'm minus 8%. But even if I lose it, I'm still fine. An account shouldn't really define us, right? Because we just learn, right? With every failed account, it's just a milestone. It's just like a step in the journey. So just know that I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you even though you failed the account. Failing an account doesn't mean you're a failure, or doesn't mean you're not a good trader. It means you had to learn something before turning profitable, right? This is weird as fuck. And for me also, what I realized recently, I don't know if this might like interest you, is that trade selection is absolutely massive in terms of win rate. So where was that? Yeah, trade selection. So going from trading kind of every setup, this is the difference. This is trading every valid setup, and this is trading only A+ setup. it makes a drastic fucking difference. That is crazy, bro. So maybe also I really recommend you test this out and only trade your A plus setups. So use intuition to only trade A plus setups. That's what I would say. So how would I approach this if I were, again, I'm not here to give advice or anything. I just recommend you what worked for me, right? You would only trade valid setups. That's the first thing, right? And then use intuition to choose only the highest quality ones. Like, this makes a huge difference. This makes you go from break even to profitable, right? Only trading those A plus setups. And intuition, like at start, I feel like intuition should be used first for trade selection and for advanced risk management. Meaning on higher quality setups you're gonna use more risk, on lower probability ones you're gonna use lower. But I would just like, this is what I realized. I always heard people that trading A plus setups is so important and you should only trade A plus setup, but I didn't think it makes such a big difference, bro. Oh my god, like going from break even to a 50% month, this is the same month. This is the same month on both. It's a crazy difference that it makes. But yeah, I don't know if this is really helping you, but yeah, just I really recommend you this. Trading only A plus setups. This is what I'm gonna do now. So for me, it went from a 33% win rate, which is exactly break even, to 53. So that's crazy. Really recommend you this. Really recommend you trade only A plus setup. I mean, it's gonna help me a lot. So for me, there's still a pretty high chance I'm gonna recover. I've been recovering accounts from this, but yeah, the equity curve is not looking great. I did kind of downtrend for a long time, and here we rated liquidity, we inversed here, and then we just continue lower towards sell side. So it's not great, but just reflect, bro. Reflect and backtest in this period. Really backtest and really try this, please. If you're still here and if you think I don't know, I might be right in a certain amount of, I don't know, yeah, just try and trade only A plus setups, bro. It will make such a big difference for you. Hi bro, welcome to the stream. Yeah, and also what, like there's a lot of things that go into trading, bro, but it doesn't look like for you it's a psychological issue. It just looks like you're trying to figure out kind of how to trade with intuition, which is of course part of the process. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see here, do we get that again? I'm not gonna trade this. This looks like a like setup, but I might be demo it. And okay, this as well, so don't give up on trading. Also show up every day and demo trade. Like, that's what I would recommend. This is very fucking bearish, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, bro, you're doing good. Just know that you're doing good and I'm proud of you, and you can do this shit, bro. Failing an account doesn't mean you're a failure. I still believe in you, just know that. But how much have you traded? I mean, for how long have you traded? How do I know? How do I say this in English? What year are you in, like in your trading journey? I see Geo, but Geo ended up really nice, kind of leaving higher. No problem. There was times when I would feel so down and all I would need is someone really, like really saying to me these words. So I'm gonna say that to you. If there's no one for you to say that, I'm gonna say that to you. Second year now. Okay, though you're still doing good, bro. If you're doing good and if you start seeing intuition, it's good. In second year I started using intuition as well. Until second year, intuition is not really ready to be used, but this is what I would say, like I would recommend, right? Trading only using intuition, like you trade only valid setups. I don't think psychology is a problem for you anymore. necessarily. I don't think that's the case. Maybe it is, but I'm just assuming. So I don't think psychology is a problem for you anymore. It's just about finding that balance between intuition and rules. So I would recommend you using intuition to basically just trade A plus setups. That's it. That's what I would recommend you, because apparently this is how much a difference it makes. It makes you legitimately go from unprofitable to profitable trading only A plus setups. Because I feel like at this point in your journey, you know how an A plus setup looks, and you know how a bad setup looks, right? I mean, that's what I would think for you. Okay, this is decent. I would like just take this, just reflect in this period. Do you journal your trades? One question: do you journal? If you're still here, I don't really see anyone being on stream here, but yeah. I'll listen to some music. I also what I'm gonna do next, if anyone fucking cares, I'm still gonna say it. Let me start recording as well. So what I'm gonna do next is gonna start focusing a bit more on social media. I want to make some cool like overlay for my stream. So if you weren't here when I asked it, I asked you if you journal your trades. What do you guys think about this thumbnail? Is this thumbnail cool or not? Let me see the thumbnail that I made for this this stream. Do you think this is nice? This one, I feel like it's pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. Considering how bad my how bad my thumbnails were until now, I feel like I finally progressed. See Uji come here. But again, high resistance. Again, one thing that really helped me really increase my win rate massively was avoiding to trade into this shit right here. These consolidations make your setup fail very, very often. Very often. So every time I would have a short idea, for example, me wanting to short from here, if I have this, I'm not taking the trade. Because with backtesting, bro, I've seen so many setups, so many A plus setups fail and reverse because of these consolidations. So that really helped me a lot. We're gonna see what we have. I still think Euro probably is gonna go higher here. I'm gonna demo it at most, not really looking to be forcing any trades. I do have a bullish bias. It's just that the edge looks really bad. I mean, if Geo prints this hourly gap, I might be down to buy, but I just don't want to be forcing anything, really. This looks like a really good order block. Hell yeah. Am I gonna do like an intuition limit test? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But it's gonna be demo, of course. I really feel like this order block, if it even comes back, but let's see this shit right here. Limit test. Boom. Demo. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You guys trading today or not? It's Cody. Do you trade today or you just sitting on the bench? This looks like a good range, I ain't gonna lie. It looks like a pretty strong market structure shift here. Pretty strong market structure shift, but looking to trade off not equilibrium is a bit risky. But we do have this 50-minute inverse. And price also might react of this consolidation here and start drilling lower. So it's kind of in between, I would say. In between state. which is not scenarios I want to be trading. I would say we're drawn towards this, especially GU. This is conditions, so compare conditions, right? Compare trading towards this. This is when in the direction of your trade, let's imagine we're buying. This is what you want to have in the direction of your trade, a big ass void, because this, what does this mean? There's no big orders here. There's just an efficiency, and price will have a really easy time to deliver through this, right? We'll have a really easy time. And when we have something like this in the direction of our trade, that's when we get those high R's and we get that really clean delivery higher. We get that really clean delivery. But instead, if we were buying here into this consolidation, right, this is again high resistance scenarios, I would not be trading. This right here is when price makes that bullshit, like struggles a lot to be breaking higher, because it's fighting all the sellers here. So this really kind of changed my life, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. This trading off only low resistance really kind of changed my life, and changed my win rate massively changed my win rate. So I really recommend you guys to be doing that as well. So now I can talk no one's on the stream. I want to be focusing a bit more on social media. I'm gonna, at least for next week, I think I'm gonna start posting videos as well. I'm gonna start trimming my live streams and kind of post the highlights, and then also start abusing a bit more on short form. That's kind of my plan. I do want to make educational videos as well, but I don't know exactly for now how I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I do really want to kind of start, I don't know, taking a bit more care of my channel, because even the thumbnails, like, they look dog shit, bro. When I made this, I thought, oh my god, this thumbnail is so cool, all the people are gonna click on it, bro. Hell nah. No one fucking clicked on it. 35 people. But yeah, this wasn't, I mean, this was a decent thumbnail, but yeah, I just want to I want my channel to look clean now. I want to look my channel to look professional, but like with thumbnails like this one, like this will change. It already changes the look of the channel. And educational videos, I don't want to be making that, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see what we're doing. But at this point, I'm getting used to being present every day on trading, so I can start locking in. I can start locking in a bit more my social media. It would be nice to have clippers, of course, but gotta do everything on my own for now. Okay, we rejected. We didn't really have an entry yet. We might have this 1 minute VG, but I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit right there. UG might actually reach into our area, which is nice. So we're gonna be seeing. Okay, we're almost. How are we not getting tapped in exactly? Okay, on the 5 minute it looks like nothing, but just trust. How are we not getting tapped in, Gengi? Oh, it's not. What the fuck? What do you mean paper trending maintenance, bro? What is there to maintain? What is there to maintain, Gengi? It's fucking paper money. What do you mean? We're doing some brief daily maintenance. The fuck? Imagine there's a forex guru. There's a guru that pretends he has all the money in the world, and then when he's about to place his order, he gets something like this. He gets this error. Getting exposed by TradingView. Because I don't think you can really, I mean, you see here, but there probably is some ways to be hiding that shit. There definitely is some ways to be hiding that shit. I think gold will go lower. Nasdaq, I was right yesterday, bro. Like, god damn. Yesterday I said we just took this high, and with this inverse here, we're real likely on reaching lower towards this, and that's exactly what happened. Except, okay. okay. I don't know what this is, but um I was right on that. We did end up reacting really massively here. Hold this really nice displacement leg here, but we ended up breaking really choppily. I think this was actually a pretty good opportunity here on the leaving of that, but we wouldn't really have that much R to R. Yeah, but it was a nice way to see the market. Let's see euros. Euro not doing shit. We're probably gonna be really slow today. We're very likely not gonna have a lot of volatility. Okay, now I don't know what's happening with demo trading, but yeah, we just be chilling watching charts today. Yesterday my PC randomly fucking froze. That shit was crazy, gangy. Like feels like sometimes God wants me to end the stream, like, and that's what it felt like yesterday. I don't know why exactly, but I still like the UJ trade. It's just that it's too much resistance, and no matter how much I want to trade, because I've been on the bench for a while now, no matter how much I want to be trading, I cannot really do that shit. It's been like almost 1 week of no trades, which is fine. I'm still prepared, so I want to see something. I want to see how much is a 10k account, just in case I lose this. Can I find? I can't apparently. In case, I still think it's very doable for me to recover this account, since now I stabilized my win rate to a 60%. I really think it's still doable. So I would want to see, just in case, not instant, two-step. 200 I would probably have, like, for the 15k money for the 15k, if in case I lose this account. What is like 1% is 150. Yeah, it's definitely a big downside from this, but that's fine. Just in case it happens. Okay, we're inversing on DAX here. I did like bullish PA here. And UK apparently also failing, but still trusted. Oh my god, we're losing a demo trade. Please don't. But it's just like, it's a limbo state. We don't want to be trading not in the middle of the range. Hell nah. Look where we are, exactly in the middle of the range. I don't know where I've seen this, but people were calling this icon name. I don't exactly remember what, but just the zone where you don't want to be trading, pretty much. But yeah, lower time frame looks good, and we have a good hourly gap, but it's just the higher time frame is shit. To be honest, like, I think I never seen a range this big. This big. It's not even high resistance, it's just like a big ass fucking range. Really, I haven't seen this, I think, ever in my life, in my trading journey. Big ass fucking range. So here would be really nice, like, liquidity based setups. For example, if we come lower and sweep this low a bit better, and then looking to buy towards external, it would be really nice setup. Doesn't look very convincing, I would say. I still say we're gonna come for this trend line and for these two Asian highs. We are holding this New York supply here, that's why we're respecting. But I would still say we're gonna come for these Asian highs here. It's two Asian highs stacked here. But yeah, AU is the weakest pair out of Euro, G with AU. But yeah, we're gonna be seeing today. We definitely don't really want to force some trades. We definitely don't want to do that. Euro looks like it's living, but again, it's gonna be a demo. because the setup is really iffy. As I said, I'm only gonna be trading A plus setups. That's how I'm gonna turn profitable, and that's how everyone will turn profitable. But yeah, this doesn't look like an A plus setup. It just doesn't look like it is really. Version 10 is still relatively present, so until we have like a strong switch in momentum where bullish like buyers really getting strong, I'm not really gonna be looking to trade. We do have this really nice order block here, really nice kind of double candle order block, really nice, and that's what we reacted off. But yeah, and higher time frame is valid because we have a valid area to be trading off of, which is this high resistance consolidation. That's web liquidity here, and we do have a sweep. So sell side sweep into area is valid, and then we have the trigger higher, which is this hourly gap. But what makes this trade iffy is this hourly gap, basically, and the fact that we have we have FOMC and ADP and FP today. So London is gonna definitely be consolidative, right? Consolidative. So we don't really want to be forcing unclean setups, if that makes sense. If the setup was extremely clean, I would consider, but like this, no. Like this, not like look at gold, even like how choppy it is because of this, most likely. And yeah, we reached drawn liquidity, so it's very likely we still switch bullish, but we're struggling because of this. High resistance does consolidations, and avoiding to trading consolidations really changed the way I see the market, and really made a way bigger win rate for myself. Really made me be able to maintain that 60% win rate consistently. Now I would say I'm actually profitable because I've seen it in backtest, and I was able to maintain a 60% win rate for 1 year, and that's all the proof I needed. But I was able to maintain that by only trading A plus setups. That's pretty much it. Never really understood how important it is, but it's massively important. Massively important. So we gonna see what it do. It's looking pretty bearish here. UJ still have some room here. I don't know, like the setup I do like, but once again, can you guess why I'm not taking this? Big ass consolidation where there's a really high chance these buyers that entered here are gonna protect their positions and push price higher, and this FVG and our bearish setup fail. So that's why I don't want to be trading this shit right here. Probably I'm gonna stay a bit more, but I'm probably gonna go eat and take some heroin. I remember a meme by I laughed so hard yesterday. I was taking a shower and I remembered how the fuck is that guy called? Oh my god, I have a like lapsus, we say in Romanian. Not Speed, bro. How's that guy called? The guy that laughs like a dolphin. Bro, how the fuck is that guy called? Not Speed, but bro, how is that streamer called? Streamer that laughs like a dolphin. Flight, okay, flight. Fried chicken. I remember. How his face light up when he heard fried chicken. I was laughing in the shower, like, well, I remember this. Fried chicken? Like he had neuron activation. His brain activated when he heard fried chicken. Fried chicken? Fried chicken? I was laughing so hard about that shit. Bro, I really thank you guys for growing we're at 165. We've been growing really decently, even if though like I cannot say that my videos are very high quality, but we've been growing. Like the past 30 days, 40 subs is still good for me. Views 3.3k in 150 hours. I do want to see something 3. I do want to see 2025 maybe. We had those spikes in views, but what did I want to say? Oh, we have 300, or almost reaching monetization. You need 1k hours for monetization, but you need 1k subscribers, which we're gonna get there eventually. Like if we keep going every single day, it's inevitable to not reach that point. But yeah, this is not, it's one of my goals, of course, but this is not the reason why I'm doing this. But it's definitely doable because we only need like 700 more hours, and I think considering our subscribers, that is gonna be really doable. Because why it's worth it is that streams really have a higher watch time, and that's what really helps the channel, I think. Yeah. And I don't know, here we see you. Oh, oh, what? They made it. Oh shit. They made it. Oh my god, that's crazy. They made they previously the target for getting monetized was 1k subs. Now it's 500. Oh my god, that's crazy. That's kind of crazy. We only need watch time and 500 subs. Oh my god, that's actually crazy. They halved their requirement for subscribers on getting monetized. That's really crazy, to be honest. That's gonna be really nice if I'm able to, of course, get it. What is this? I have no idea what this is. I see like here, I have no idea what this is. Even it's typing in Romanian, but here it says 500 and research, and this is 1k. So I'm not sure what this is exactly. Oh, this is where you develop like ad revenue, but what is this though? Oh, this is, I think, this is when you develop that super whatever, super tanks. Oh yeah, so you still need 1k and 4,000. God damn, bro. 4,000 is a lot, bro. 4,000 is a lot. I'm kind of not really sure though. So start the journey to earn income. Earn income connecting with fans and obtaining access to forums. So you basically unlock this. You unlock this super. You unlock shopping and you unlock subscription apparently. But bro, I will be honest. Like, who the fuck is gonna subscribe to me? Why would you subscribe? I would understand like Kick, and I want to do something cool, so I'm gonna say that actually. Like, a lot of people have been asking for my Notion templates, and I don't want to give it for free, like completely for free. Like the way I'm gonna give Notion is if you subscribe. Even if it sounds like I don't know, money oriented, but so you basically, for AdSense, so it's even bigger right now. God damn, it's even bigger. I thought it's smaller, but you need 4k hours. God damn, that's a lot of watch time, but I think it's pretty much doable in time. Like this year it's probably doable to reach this and this, but it's a lot of watch time hours. That's kind of the problem. But yeah, in the future, when I'm gonna transition to Kick, I'm gonna give out my Notion template for a subscription. Might be, you might see it as, I don't know, money oriented, but I did work a lot to develop this Notion template, and it's still work to do, bro. So yeah, that's the only thing I'm asking. That's like, I don't know, $5, $3, $4, $5. Everyone has $5, and I think it's a really small price for for what this template is gonna offer you. This template pretty much has everything you need to be journaling. So you don't need to sit around and, I don't know, do it yourself. You just can copy my template. But that's gonna be later on. Until then, I'm still gonna work and still gonna make it better. And yeah, I think $5 is a decent price for that. Because one reason I think that you should do this, like, you should like always give value for something, like always give value. Like, why would you subscribe, right? Most people, you get, what do you get if you subscribe to a guy's, I don't know, Twitch or Kick? You get nothing. You get some special emojis and that's it. But if you would subscribe to my channel, at least you get some value out of it, which is gonna be the notion. Okay, this is very bearish now. We just switched. Yeah, this is bearish. This can be a good short. Again, I'm gonna take this on the demo here. Looks like a really good displacement. I'm gonna place it slightly lower, and we're probably gonna be targeting this low. 2R, perfect. But again, not gonna take it. Hi, bro. Hi, welcome to the stream. Are you looking to trade today, bro? Are you guys trading today? Because I always ask this. Send order. We're gonna demo, of course. Today is gonna be, it's not a day you wanna be forcing trades in, and this is of course not valid. But how are you guys doing? Do you guys plan on trading today, or not? You sit on the bench? Because we do have a pretty heavy news day, so we do have yeah, we do have a pretty heavy news day today. We have ADP, NFP, we have advanced GDP, and we have also FOMC. Very risky to be trading today, but yeah, this is looking good for being bearish. I'm just gonna test out my intuition now. Definitely not worth retrading. Let's consider validity for this trade. I mean, it's not valid. It's definitely not valid. This is not an A plus setup, but look how well we're respecting that 50-minute FVG here on the hourly. Look how the hourly candle closed below the 50-minute FVG. It's a really strong close here, really strong close. But of course, it's a demo. It's just like intuitive play, or just testing out what I think is gonna happen. So yeah, what did I want to check? I wanted to check Kick, because I do want to transition to Kick at some point. Rules to generate revenue. Streams in just sleeping, others watch partying, gambling. Gambling, really? They demonetize gambling? Goddamn. Only delete VODs to remove sensitive or potential leak data. Stream for at least 30 hours and have at least 25 unique chatters. That's... Maintain an average of 75 concurrent viewers. So you need 75 viewers on average. It's doable, but you need to be slightly big, but it definitely is doable. Oh my god, I really like my thumbnail, bro. It's looking really clean. Looking really cleanly. Might hold this order block actually. Okay, good. Demo this shit right here. I feel like sometimes we form these order blocks right here, but that we end up holding, but it just might be a stupid shit, because usually the order blocks that hold like this are formed around the lows. But we're gonna see. I just want to test out what are we doing here. And the stop loss is a bit higher, so yeah, 1.7. This is low resistance. I'm not really, it is low resistance liquidity, but this kind of makes things harder. This is gonna make delivery pretty hard. Let me check. Do you guys see my, okay, you see my proper monitor, brother. Let's see what we're doing. Do we hold this order block? Am I right on this? That we hold this order block lower, or we just come in that 3 minute, or becoming the high resistance. So a lot of things can happen here, but well, just testing out. We respected that 50 minute really well on the hourly here. Really well respected 50 minute AVG with the bodies. But yeah, it's probably gonna still be a very slow London. It's not gonna be very impulsive. There's generally low resistance. This kind of conditions you want to be trading in. You want your target to have low resistance, to not have consolidations or really strong POIs. That's kind of exactly what we happen here. The only thing that makes it bad is this big ass fucking consolidation here. And the fact that we don't have a really great POI to be shorting off of. I mean, this is a very big gap. We do have this relative one here, but it's just like weird. So we basically use the 50 minute respection for this demo. For this demo right here. Boom. The UK trade, we're still in it. Okay. The demo trade again that we're testing. Boom. Still waiting on UJ to come here. This is legitimately the only setup I've been looking to trade today, which is not even, I mean, it's not even valid, but this is the best setup for today. It's not valid because of this high resistance, sadly, but it is what it is. We didn't really have trades for like the past week, which can definitely get annoying, but when your focus is not on results, it doesn't really annoy you, because it is what it is. And also there is one phrase that, bro, like ChatGPT said to me that really changed my perspective. He said skipping the trade is the trade. Skipping the bad trade is the trade. Why? Because if you don't skip it, you're just gonna earn a -1% loss. If you skip it, you would be at break even at 0. So meaning you actually make 1% when you skip a losing trade. You actually make 1% when you skip a losing trade, because instead of losing -1, you're at break even, so you make a 1%. That really switched my mindset a lot, because actually that's what it is. Skipping a bad trade is the trade, because by skipping a bad trade you're avoiding a loss, and by avoiding a loss you're making a 1%, or how much you usually lose on trades. But yeah, it's a really nice, like, that really kind of opened my eyes a lot. What ChatGPT said. I'm gonna go smoke, and I'm gonna be back in a couple of minutes. Gonna be back in a couple of minutes. Maka. He back. Okay, we had an initial good reaction of that area, but oh shit. Didn't really carry on the intent, so that's why the trade might be riskier, but also UK decently working. Oh, so yeah, I wanted to talk about this, right? How there's subtle shifts in your mindset when you backtest, right? Depending on what's the reasoning behind your backtest. Like what happened to me this week is I backtested a lot for me to get data, right? What that did is switch my mindset on the results, that I stopped enjoying what I was doing and being present on the charts. So you have to understand, when you're backtesting for data, what are you actually backtesting for? You're backtesting for results, and that automatically shifts your mindset towards the results. And that's how I realized I had I always, like, I know myself. I know when I start caring about results is when I look at the chart, see no potential opportunities, and I just leave, right? I do something else. That's a result based mindset, because what are you looking at when you're thinking like this? You're looking for opportunities, therefore you're looking for results. And if you don't see those opportunities, you leave the chart. That is a result based mindset. That's you doing trading because you want to see results or you want to take trades. That's not the proper way of doing things, and that's not the way I want to be doing things, right? That's not the way I want to be doing things. I want to be doing trading because I genuinely love it, and that's, you will feel that in my energy. You will feel when I'm here for results. Like this week, I was really here for results. I was really here for data. That was necessary, don't get me wrong, but it really matters a lot for you to bring yourself back, with the proper mindset and focusing on the right things, which is doing this because you love it. At the end of the day, this is how you're gonna achieve the most amount of profitability, and how you're gonna achieve fulfillment, basically, and how you're gonna feel good every single day when you're doing this because you love it. Like right now, I'm just loving watching charts and loving price develop. Even though there's no opportunity for me today, that doesn't mean I shouldn't be here. If you do it, if you do trading because you love it, you're gonna be here regardless, even if there's no opportunity. Like if you're stepping away from the charts and if there's no opportunity, that's usually a result based mindset. That's usually a result based mindset. That's not the way you should be doing things when you're just here to see opportunities, right? I should be here, and I don't know if necessarily this applies for you, but for me, I should be here every single day from a space of love, because I love trading at the end of the day. I really love trading at the end of the day, and that's what you should probably do as well. Be here because you genuinely enjoy it and you genuinely love. And when you're gonna be in that space, everything is gonna flow from itself. Everything is gonna work out from itself, right? Everything is gonna work out from itself. You're not gonna get affected by results. You're gonna take the best trades because you're not coming there to prove something or to make money. This is a very big switch in mindset and in your results. Because if you're there for results only, and if you're here for only trading and only passing that account and only doing that and getting the payout, you're automatically gonna start forcing trades when there is no trades, right? So if I would have been from a result based mindset, I would get itchy because I would have no trades, and I would end up at some point forcing a trade, which what does that do? Lose most of the time. So that's just it. Like, you gotta be from a space of love and purpose, right? And that's why I think love is required for you to turn profitable. Love is required because only when you come from a space of love, only when you come from a space of not um, being hungry for results, that's when results are gonna come to you, because you're just taking the trades and you're expressing your skill. This was one very huge mindset shift for me, like me being present every day, because I genuinely enjoy trading even if there's no setup. If you love trading, you're gonna love trading all the time, even if the market is choppy, even if there's no opportunities, even if you take losses. And that's how you become unshakable. That's how your psychology stabilizes. If you come in the market with the proper reasoning or the proper motive behind your actions, right? That's what switches things a lot. And that, even from a manifestation standpoint, when you're coming hungry for results, or you're coming hungry for opportunities, or that you're signaling to the universe is lack. It's signaling that you don't have those results that you want. So when you come from a space of love, and when you don't care whether you lose the account, when you don't care whether you have a win, whether you have a trade or not, that's when all you're signaling is abundance. Because if you're gonna be profitable, just think about it. When you're gonna be profitable, will you care if a certain trade ends up in a loser, or if you have no opportunities? Well, obviously you wouldn't really care, right? You wouldn't care when you're profitable. You don't care about these things. You don't care if the trade today ends up losing, or you don't care if the trade today, if you don't have any trades today, because if you're profitable, you know that at some point you're gonna make money. You're just there to wait for your opportunity and then act on it. So yeah, in terms of psychology, when you're coming from love and you're coming from a space of really enjoying what you do, that's when every single psychological issue is gonna fix itself, because you're focused on the process, not on the results. And you hear this all the time, and it might be cliche, but it still makes a huge difference, right? This is required. You cannot possibly ever apply your edge consistently if you're coming hungry for results, because if you come hungry for results, there's going to be emotions arising sooner or later, and those emotions are going to push you to take a trade that doesn't respect your edge, therefore lose consistency, right? Consistent profitability is always, like, it's logic, right? How do you achieve consistent profitability? Through a consistent approach. And for you to have a consistent approach, you cannot have psychological issues. And how do you not have psychological issues? Well, you come into trading without caring about results. You come into trading because you just love what you do. That makes a huge shift in everything. UK still stalling, but that's high. With DAX is kind of breaking higher. This can be a decent trade higher, but I don't like how we're holding this order block here. We're holding it really well. We hold it once, twice. Now we should probably be starting to displace, but it does depend. We're building a pivotal point. And it looks like, at least for now, that my decision or my intuitive thought of placing my entry on this order block was right. So yeah, identity and coming from the proper space matters a lot in everything that you do, right? That's how you're, for you to achieve profitability, you have to become unshakable. You have to become unshakable by results, by whether you have a trade or not, by whether the trade ends up getting a stop, or even on wins. You have to understand this, being having a proper psychology doesn't only apply to losses. You not caring about losses, it also applies to wins, because wins can trigger overconfidence, and you guess what that overconfidence can do? Make consistency fall, make your approach fall. That's what it can cause. So it's all about being unshakable from losses, from wins, and from no trade. It's all of them. Like, this is what I underestimated a lot of times. I underestimated the overconfidence that comes from winning, right? You need to be unshakable no matter what results you have. Even if you have great results, you still need to be unshakable and be in a neutral state. It doesn't only apply to losses, right? It also applies to wins. Because as I said, those wins can definitely trigger overconfidence, and overconfidence can definitely trigger your process falling on, or you taking trades that are not resonating with your edge. So this is what I learned, at least through the break-even phase. I learned some really important things that I didn't learn in 2 years of trading. Unshakable through losses, that's what's important, of course, but wins are this equally important, because wins can be as damaging as caring about losses. You get what I mean? Wins can be as damaging as losses if you don't pay attention to them, or if you let them affect you. So it's a matter of not letting losses affect you, but that's not the only part. It's about not letting wins affect you as well. You get what I mean? It's truly becoming numb or unshakable to whatever results you get from trading. Whatever results, either be them good or bad. Achieving profitability is truly becoming unshakable. Because only when you're unshakable, that's when you can apply your edge consistently and for a long period of time for you to get the results that you want. If you get triggered by losses, if your psychology, if you care about losses, you're gonna start doubting yourself. You're gonna start having all these emotions that ends up making your edge fall. If you start getting triggered by break evens, these also gonna cause some emotions that are gonna still make you take some stupid trades. If you and also skipping trades and not having trades is really again a psychological issue. This can really trigger issues because I didn't have a trade for the past week, and this can definitely make you eager and can make you impatient to start trading and wanting to trade, because obviously we all want to trade, right? We all want to be in the trades, and there's nothing as fun as being in a trade. But again, skipping a trade is the trade itself. This is what ChatGPT said, and it really resonated in my mind. It's just about like, this is why trading is high, because not only you have to be unshakable from wins and losses, but you have to also be patient to wait for those A plus setups that we just talked about. Being turning profitable really comes from taking only A plus setups, and taking only A plus setup really requires a lot of patience. A lot of patience. So it's a lot of things that actually come into this, but with time, definitely gonna become like, that's why trading takes time, because it's not only that you develop an edge, it's that you develop emotional awareness, you develop emotional control. You have to develop all these things to be able to reach a point where you apply your edge consistently, because obviously you turning profitable is when you apply your edge consistently, right? So it all kind of comes down to that. There's a lot of things you need to learn, but first is definitely psychology. And yeah, an edge is relatively easy to make. With time you're gonna make, but what's more important, and it is pretty important, is developing that emotional state where you're not affected by anything that happens with trading. No one says that you shouldn't enjoy when you take wins, but it shouldn't make you overconfident, right? You have to bring yourself back every time. Like, this for me happened a lot of times. I used to get overconfident a lot of times, and that overconfidence triggering me, I don't know, taking shittier setups that I just thought they're gonna work because I'm on a winning streak, and then I give all the profit back from what I made from the previous winning streak. If that makes sense. It's a lot of things that go into trading. That's why it takes so long, and that's why it's so hard, because it doesn't only require your edge or technical skills, also requires emotional resilience, it requires emotional control, it requires emotional awareness, it requires, basically trading requires self-mastery. If you think about it, trading requires self-mastery. For you to turn profitable or have success in trading, it requires self-mastery. That's the short. It requires self-mastery, that's it. And it requires for you to give up ego. Like, ego is again a very big thing in trading. And people that are egotistical very rarely succeed in trading, because you cannot be you cannot be egotistical, because in trading you're gonna fail for 3 years straight, and for you to improve you have to admit that you're doing things wrong. And sometimes if you're coming from a space of ego, it's gonna be really hard for you to admit that for the past 3 years the reason why you haven't turned profitable is because of you, because you made mistakes, right? Because you made mistakes, no one, not anyone else. And you have to admit that. And for some people, if you're operating from a space of ego, that hurts. Most people don't want to admit that they're wrong. So yeah, I mean, no one really wants to admit that they're wrong, but you have to, because if you don't, you're not going to improve and you're not going to reach profitability. So yeah, ego has to be killed, basically. Has to be killed. You cannot be ever successful in trading if you have ego. So yeah, at the end of the day, it still requires self-mastery. Self-mastery, and that shit is not easy. Self-mastery, legitimately. Trading not only pushes you to be a good trader, but it pushes your life. It pushes your life to be better, because you need to have a proper routine, right? If I wasn't an undisciplined person when I started trading, but trading pushed me into having a proper routine, into waking up every day at the same hours, into trading the same in the same hours, into having discipline, basically. So it really forces you to be disciplined. No matter what you do, if you ever want to become successful in trading, you have to be disciplined. So that's why like trading really helped me a lot, because it requires self-mastery, and I mastered myself during this period of unprofitability. It grows, it forces you to grow. That's the best part about trading. It wasn't ever That's the best part about trading, because you automatically, when you want to reach profitability, you're not only going to improve your technical, you have to become a better person. You have to become disciplined. You have to give up bad habits. You have to give up substances, right? For me, trading forced me to give up on weed, right? So trading really forces you to become the best version of yourself. If you didn't know, that's why my name is better. My name is better not because I'm better than anyone. My name is better because I'm always getting better. It's about me. My name is about me, about the fact that I'm always getting better than the yesterday. I'm always 1%, 2%, 3% better than the past version of me from yesterday. That's why my name is better, because I love getting better and I'm consistently getting better and improving. It's not arrogant. It's not that I'm better than you or than anyone else. I'm just a normal human being. I'm a normal human being, right? I'm not anything special. I'm just a normal human being that really loves on getting better, right? But my results will be pretty crazy. That's gonna be a hard part. That's when probably my social media will start booming. When the world will finally start seeing what I've always seen until now. I've always seen my potential 60, 50 to 70% win rate and crazy trades. I mean, this can be a pretty decent scaling if we break properly, I would say, but we keep holding that order block. Is crazy how well we're holding that 1 minute order block. But yeah, it's a good gap. I might be scaling in, but again, demo, we have slight buy sell liquidity on the highs, which not the greatest sign, but the market is definitely slow today. I mean, didn't really expect anything else, to be honest. Okay, UJ might be reaching there, but cannot be trading this shit. Even though I really like this trade, first of all, it's high resistance. Second of all, it's news, very heavy news today. So, but yeah, we're just here enjoying ourselves. I'm probably gonna scale in on the demo here. It's a slightly risky because of the buy sell liquidity on the highs, but for the demo, do we really care? We're just limit testing on the demo. But I don't know how I can change, like my stop loss is still here. That's what is weird about this. I don't know how TradingView works all the time. So first we shorted here on the order block, and then we shorted on us getting more confluence that we're holding that order block. They profit on this low resistance low that we have. So it's a simple trade. It's just that it's not valid for me. But yeah, we're looking decent for now. Stop loss can definitely be trailed, especially if we leave strong. Can be trailed above the size, but I would probably trail it here above the 50-minute FVG. That's what I'm gonna do, trail it above the 50-minute, and we're just letting it run. Trimming, no real trims. This trade doesn't really require trims. It's just a really simple full TP trade, if it goes, of course. If not, we don't care. This is demo, so we don't really care. We're just testing. So this is why demos is useful, because you can practice, right? Even if there's no valid setups, you can practice. You can practice your trade management, you can practice your entries. There's a lot of things you can practice on demo. That's why it's so useful, and that's why I use it. Because right now, even though the trade is not valid, I'm practicing. First of all, I'm practicing my entries, my scaling, my trade management. I'm practicing all the skills, right? And that's, of course, that's gonna be helpful in the long term, because you're getting better, right? You're not just kind of wasting time, just, I don't know, doing some other shit. I mean, yeah, the better short would have been like a limit order here, but that's fine. On the 1 minute FVG, that's still fine. But we're really slow today. I want to see what DXY is doing. Weird as fuck. It's looking like it's gonna be bullish. I did say we're likely to draw lower here on DXY, but I did say also that the gaps or the bearish POIs look very weird. They don't look like they're gonna hold. I think profit should be around here, a bit below the low. Trims again, no trims. We don't have resistance. We don't have PYs. We have this small like inverse. Yeah, this can be a trim area, but unless this is gonna be a monetary level. That meaning if we come here and we start reacting and we start giving some bullish entries, that's when I'm gonna trim. If we don't trim. So yeah, that's how I use trade management a lot of times. I have negotiable partials or trims and non-negotiable partials, meaning what does negotiable mean? Meaning you don't necessarily have to take trims here, but you only take trims if price gives a bullish entry or gives reason for you to take partials. If it doesn't, if it just stalls then breaks lower, why would you trim, right? But when it comes here, if it comes in this area and then gives a big bullish entry, a big gap here, market structure shift, whatever, this is a very big signal that this zone is going to hold and you need to trim. Does that make sense? But non-negotiable is here on the low. This is a level where I would take either full TP or partials no matter what happens. No matter what happens, this is negotiable. This, if price gives a reaction of this area or a strong opposing entry, that's when I'm going to trim. But if it doesn't, we're just letting it run. So this is a bit more about optimizing profit and yeah, optimizing the profit you make. We're still stalling, we're still extremely fucking slow, but what can we expect from an ADP, NFP, and FOMC day? Nothing really much to be expecting. Yeah, this apparently was a good decision, at least for now. So that was a good call by my intuition here. That we don't reach into that 3-minute FVG and we respect this 1 minute order block. This is a very useful thing because it allows you to not get missed on your entry, right? And to be able to predict when price will not come into that 3-minute FVG and it will react of something like this 1 minute order block. This is just experience what I've seen. Sometimes these order block protect price from reaching into that FVG. If that makes sense. But what is, oh okay, it's an update, I think. Stop loss, yeah, probably a bit higher. We could have went a bit lower here and just protected by putting like this, which is kind of what it is right now. This would have been a better way, and probably the scaling is in the same area. The scaling is a bit worse RR. Technically the scaling would go, stop loss of the scaling would go here, but it's just not safe. It's not really safe, so here is the best spot above the 50-minute FVG. The safest would be here, but it's just like way too worse. Sorry, if you think about it, it goes to 1.5, which is kind of garbage R. I wouldn't really say garbage, but I look for two at least, right? My average RR is 2.5 on my trades. So I have 50 to 60% win rate. I have 1 to 3 trades per week. My average RR is 2.5, and my average duration for my trades is 2.5 hours. These are my statistics. Still stalling, still not doing shit yet. Not a lot of movement today, definitely not. Gold, hell nah. Imagine being trading here. I'm sure there's people that trading in conditions like this. I'm sure of it, but I don't want to be trading in that shit. Okay, we're finally leaving on euro here. We ended up holding that one. This is nice price action. This is what I love about trading. You don't have to be taking trades to love trading or to enjoy watching price, right? This is price action that I enjoy no matter what happens with the trade. I really like, first of all, how we respected, how we printed that order block. And yeah, this was a fake out, basically, not a market structure shift, but I really like how we respected the order block and how we respected this 1 minute FVG here. So yeah, it obviously, of course, it still has potential to play out bullish because this is a bullish range and we're in equilibrium prices, but I'm just trying out stuff. That's why I use demo for. Overall, it's still a low resistance low, and this range looks improbable to hold because it's very, it doesn't have POIs, it doesn't have anything strong basically. But this was clean, this was really clean, because look at this. We had the 50-minute bearish gap that we ended up breaking above, then we come back, look where we print another 50-minute gap overlapping with this. Then what do? Look at this wick, boom, we wicked that shit out of that 50-minute VG and started displacing lower. Pretty clean, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, it doesn't mean the trade will go, because it has a lot of resistance. It struggled to break lower. We do have these equal lows here, so it does depend on what price is gonna do. For now, we reacted once again, but my area of reaction is this 5-minute inverse. So for now, still no reason to be closing. Of course, I'm not gonna close a demo trade. Goddamn, I think I had times when I closed a demo trade, but yeah, I'm again practicing how I would trade. Like, I just imagine that I would be in this trade and then practice my decision making. Even if it's a demo, I'm trying to make the best decision possible, the same I would trade my a live trading account. Because like this, you practice a lot, bro, and you're strengthening positive habits, and you're just practicing. It's really useful. I really recommend you to be doing this as well. Not only you don't have to be taking necessarily valid trades on demo, but just practice your trade management. I feel like this is what helps. Practice your trade management and practice your entries. This is what demo is really helpful with. Just limit testing, you get what I mean? Yeah, limit testing, I think you can call it, but while still maintaining good habits, the habits of a profitable trader. It just looks slow. It doesn't look like a strong move. We might be reaching back into these equal highs here that we have been built, but it's not necessary. We might also come back into this 1-minute AVG and still hold lower. But yeah, the market is slow. That's why it's struggling. It struggled a lot here. And this is a pretty high resistance area. That's why I didn't take the trade first of all on my live. But yeah, we don't really care about that shit on the demo, because we didn't reach even that 5-minute AVG. So this, all that is saying here is either we hold this FVG lower or we come back into these equal highs. But I would say we still hold here. These are the two options. We either hold here or hold here. A pretty strong reaction, but I'm not scared. It would be funny to be scared though on demo account though. We do have the bicep build on break even here, so yeah. Pretty strong movement. Let's follow on DXY. Yeah, it looks like a fractal high. DXY actually kind of looking like it's gonna print bearish by price action, but it's weird. I cannot really read here. We do have this like big ass triple top or fractal high, I would like to call it, but we still have this. So I wouldn't really say, it's hard to read price here, but we're still gonna let it run. And now I'm gonna scale back in again if we inverse. That's gonna be my criteria here. Let's see if we back inverse or we don't. We're just practicing. So this is how you take the most value of your day. Even if there's no setups, you're still practicing and you're still getting better every day. I feel like that's what matters at the end of the day. So you, no matter if you have a trade or not, no matter what happens, what matters is that you get better, even in no trading days, right? That's important because it keeps your growth exponential, and the more you grow, first of all, the more you grow, the better you get, and the better you get, the bigger the results you have, or the faster you turn profitable. So yeah, yes sir, I'm gonna go smoke a ciggy, and yeah, I'm gonna be back in a couple minutes. This bullshit pair is still struggling. We build equal lows here, but yeah, I'm curious about AUD USD here. Oh my god, we ended up printing towards the lows again. So it's kind of expectable since it was the weaker pair. We build a really, I think this is a 50-minute AVG. Oh my god, bro, I'm him. 50-minute AVG here with a fractal high built upon it. Again, really, this is a really nice fractal high. Triple top, we initiate out of it here. We did make a deeper pullback because of London Open, but then we had pretty nice. I should have probably watched this would be a way better demo trade here. to take off this inversion right here. Look at this inversion. Boom, of London open of this inversion. We close below on the next candle. We place our entry here. Stop loss above this. Also, this is crazy. This wick right here, how we wick this inversion. This was the entry, target, low resistance, low. Boom. 2R, easy 2R, and final target would have probably trimmed on this low. Final target being the previous equal lows that we took from yesterday. That would have been nice, actually pretty nice, but not a valid trade, but just nice to see. You get what I mean? Just nice to see. Would have been a pretty clean trade. Not necessarily a valid setup, but would have been decent. So I don't want to see what Euro's gonna do here. Is it gonna inverse? I would actually say we're still very likely on coming to those highs, but we're gonna see. It does look like a pretty strong move, and we did also inverse this bearish cap here, which is where we entered the scaling. But we're gonna see. It's still a demo. We don't care. We want to get better. If it's a loss, we get better. If it's a win, we get better. No matter what happens, we get better. So win-win scenario. And I don't think we have necessarily reason to be reacting off here. We do have, yeah, I don't really see reasoning, but I do see the fractal high forming into break even here, and us coming back into that area. That's pretty much what I see. Pretty much. So we're gonna let it be. I'm gonna go smoke a ciggy and we're gonna be back. So yeah, still nothing really happening. So I'm gonna stay like for the rest of the 20 minutes, and I'm gonna take a break for the day. Gonna be back for New York, and still stalling. Basically, no price action. This is definitely a troll day to be trading in. That's why you gotta be on the demos, Gengi. Like no volatility. Of course, there's not gonna be volatility when you have not a one but two New York major news, right? We have on New York Open we have news, and we have in New York PM news. So of course all the volatility is gonna be injected in New York. So trading in London in days like this is troll. If we only had FOMC and we didn't have ADP and FP, it would have been a bit better, right? If we only had FOMC and we didn't have these two right here, it would have been fine. We would have had some volatility. But we see that even news on 11 on Euro did not do shit. God damn. Did not do one single shit, but that's fine. So kind of making a plan for what do I want to do today. Yeah, I don't know. Of course I'm gonna be trading. I'm probably gonna be back testing later on. Besides that, I also want to plan. So I did have this is something I want to talk in my journal. So I want to be first, I want to be doing overlay on my stream. Second, I'm gonna plan YouTube or plan my social media. How will I do social media? And 3, back this pretty much not a heavy day. And I would want recover breakdowns, but it's 3 breakdown to be done. It's really hard to recover. It should be done daily. It's really hard to recover once you fall behind, but we're gonna be seeing what it do. I'm probably actually gonna end the stream here. Yeah, I'm gonna play some Call of Duty for a bit and take a nap, and I'm gonna be back for New York. This got stopped out, the UK trade, just too much resistance. But yeah, this AU trade would have been clean. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for being here again. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate every single one of you. And I'm gonna see you for New York again. This is a demo trade. We took 2 demos today. We have this, which with good entries, but we just kind of failed. I still think we're gonna go lower, and we did take this UK trade same off an order block here, but it's just I build resistance and then start going higher, which is okay. We're just like limit testing. So yeah, I'm gonna see you for New York. We're just gonna watch. Most likely we're just gonna watch, considering what news we have in New York. But definitely don't really want to be caught inside these between 5 and this. Maybe like a 2R, like a short 2R you can get, but I feel like it's really risky. And unless I have a really fucking textbook setup, I ain't gonna take shit. And for now, it doesn't look like we're gonna have any textbook or A+ setup, so we're just gonna be patient. This week requires patience. Even though we didn't have any trades for the last week, it still requires a lot of patience, right? Thursday is gonna be a bit more tradable, definitely. Thursday and Friday. Friday we have an FP. I thought we don't have an FP. I thought it's yeah, whatever. Wait, yeah, we do have an FP on Friday, so we might be trading after 5, after PMI. So Friday only after PMI. Thursday can be doable, can be tradable in London and after news. So we're gonna be seeing, so Thursday and Friday are gonna be slightly more doable. Today's definitely a no trade day, but even Friday is gonna be a bit iffy. We don't want to be trading London on NFP day. I did trade sometimes, but I don't think it's a good idea most of the time. We want to be trading after NFP, and here as well we can trade in London and after news. So probably Thursday is the better day, the best day to be trading, and Friday after PMI. That's kind of the plan. We gotta position ourselves in the highest quality scenarios and really avoid risk. That's probably gonna be the plan. What happened? I heard Creative Cloud, fuck off. That's probably the best way to be looking at this week, right? The best way. So Thursday, meaning tomorrow, we can trade London and we can trade New York as well after news. Friday we only trade late New York after PMI. That's kind of the plan. We don't want to be trading anywhere, anytime else. We definitely don't want to be trading Friday London. And today we definitely don't want to be trading. We don't want to be trading London, and we don't want to be trading New York. Today is usually no trade day. Definitely no trade day. But yeah, this is kind of our plan. So to recap, to kind of ingrain that in my mind, Thursday we can trade London and New York, and Friday only New York after news happen, after 5, basically after silver bullet. But yeah, I'm gonna see you in New York, baby. Thank you for